Hey there, y'all. Disney D Prince here today with another LOL unboxing. So, today we have the first and probably only of the LOL OMG Fierce dolls that I'm going to get, which is Royal Bee. As you can see, she is gorgeous, but she is also a little different. She is taller with articulated knees. So we are going to look and see exactly how much the fashions have changed. Here is the UPC for anybody looking for her. You want to take a screenshot. I picked her up today at my local Walmart. I'd seen her at a couple of different Targets when I was out of town, but I didn't want to pick her up right then. So I waited till I got home. I did pay the retail for her, which is higher than most, which is $36. There are 4 in this collection that have been released so far. And those are the other 3, Neonlicious, Lady Diva, and Swag. And they all look really good. The only issue I have with some of them is I'm just not in love with their fashions. There are other LOL dolls that I kind of wish, or there are other OMG dolls that I kind of wish they had done instead in these bigger forms. But just to show you how different sized these bodies are. So that's where their feet are. This is a rainbow high body. So it comes up to about her waist. So we're gonna see if these dolls are actually taller than Barbies and what that means for their fashions, which is another reason why I did not want to get them all at the same time, even though all of them were there when I saw her. Because if you followed my channel for a while, you know I don't really keep OMG dolls and I don't display them real well. I should take that back. I do keep them, but I put them in a box and I mainly have them for their fashions, which are really high quality, and some of which do fit other doll brands, which is kind of my only reason for purchasing them. Let's see, how does this work? Okay. So it comes off a little bit funky like this. Okay. So kind of like that. And then we've got a little bit of stuff. Okay. So here she is out of the box. As you guys can see, she is really pretty. Now she was standing a little above, and she's actually stored on her stand, which I think is great. There is a little instruction thing. I'm not sure what instruction they actually have, but can't really tell. Where's the English one? No. Okay, stirrup and boot. One particular doll comes with stirrups and boots. Before adding the boots to the doll, slide the boots into the stirrup from the bottom. Slide the boot all the way to the bottom of the stirrup. Then insert the legs into the stirrup and the boots. But what's more interesting is it looks like these ankles are articulated. Is this going to be MGA's most articulated doll in a while? Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to clip the ones that we can see. Okay. Okay. She's got 3 little staples in her hair. There is just kind of a really small amount of staples holding her on, surprisingly. So she is out from there. Doesn't look like there's a ton of staples on her outfit, which is great. She's got this outer skirt. And I am feeling a little bit of articulation down here in these ankles. And look at those knees. Those aren't rainbow high knees. This is much closer to a Integrity Toys body, which I find kind of incredible. Normally they are not going to give us that kind of articulation, and not, especially not done in a fashion doll that's kind of like, you know, I don't want to say mainstream, but, you know, not made really for adult collectors. But it looks incredible. The stand actually comes assembled. Let me show you guys. The only thing you have to do is add on the bracket from the bottom. As you can see, that's a very different stand, which is great because a lot of the times the LOL stands are just a little bit too narrow to really be stable, in my opinion. But I'm not quite sure. Now the real question is there anything inside here? I don't know. It's got an open here thing. So it's got that, something wrapped in paper, and a brush, of course. Just your standard OMG brush. And then nothing in the top. And I don't want to believe that that's it, but it is. So we get this weird little insert with the picture of the doll that we can already see, which is a weird artwork to kind of add on after the fact. We've got this rolled up thing, which is our little display, but it's got a full-on like poster that's almost the size of her. So that's actually pretty cool. But what is in here? I have a feeling it's glasses, because isn't it always, right? Yes, so glasses that look like bee wings that are not actually transparent, which is kind of frustrating because MGA usually does a better job than Mattel when it comes to including these kind of pointless glasses. But it's kind of fun. But as I said at the beginning, I don't get these for the dolls. So let's take a look and see what this actually means for other doll brands. So as we said, here is the size of Rainbow High, which as we know is a little bit taller than regular OMG dolls. And I should have grabbed one out and I forgot to, but that's okay. And then we have our Barbie. Now, she is roughly at shoulder height with Barbie. Barbie's in heels right now, but so is she, and they are roughly the same size standing on that stand. So that's good to know. Now, whether or not these clothes will work for Barbie, that's a different question. But in the meanwhile, we know that she is on par, on size with that kind of doll. So here is her purse, which actually opens. It's very cute. It's just got another rubber band holding it together, which we don't need to keep on there. But it's a little hexagon, so it looks like a bee comb, which I think is great. This is obviously Beyonce as a doll, let's be real. We saw her glasses. So let's see what else we've got. So I'm going to tilt you guys back down as I try to get her. Okay. So that's how her little skirt goes on. It does have a semi-elastic thing. And that's very cool. That's a cool way to do a skirt clasp. It's a little bit unexpected. And looking at these hems, I am not in love with that, but it's very cute. I would have rather had them do bias tape on the inside hem as well, but very cute. That's what she's like without that. But of course, let's try to figure out what else we've got going on. So here's her shoe. It's very cool. We do see some more of those hexagon designs. And these shoes are pretty tight on there, which is good and bad. Good that they're not gonna walk away as easily. Here's the other pair. Again, these are differentiated. So 2 different molds for those shoes, which is great. And then we can take our little stockings off. And these ankles are slightly articulated. Now, not hugely, as you can see, but it's more than MGA has given us since Jet in Rainbow High. So I'll take it. It's a step in the right direction. And these are the knees. Pretty good articulation. Pretty on par with what I would see with an Integrity Toys body. Now I wonder if the hands are, yep, they are as easy to take off as usual. So of course we have some hand sleeves, or arm warmers, I guess they're called, kind of sometimes. Another one that comes off just as easily. Okay, we've got a bracelet that's got a bee on it, which is kind of fun. Another one of those arm sleeves. And then we've got okay. I gotta grab that necklace that I popped off. Very cute. Sorry, it's extra doll hair from my floor. Because she actually has another clasp back here that you have to take off for her shirt to come off, I think. Oh no, there's actually an undershirt under there. So that's part of the undershirt, which is still a good thing to remove. But so we do have a little undershirt, which I think is actually a bodysuit, which we're going to look at here in just a minute. Yep. So there's a swimsuit, bodysuit kind of thing. Here's her shorts. Again, these are fun. These are MGA quality. The shirt is kind of reminiscent of the Remix line. The blue military style coat, if you guys remember that one, but it's got all these hexagons. Everything is done in bee themed. And we do have her 2 earrings, very cool. I'm surprised there's not bees on them, considering there were bees on every other thing. But this is very cute. There is a little bit of Velcro here on the back for this one, but not a lot. So here we are. So she is still really thin, which is not horrible, but is not great. But we do get this added ankle articulation, which is kind of there, but just not. Like, you can go from high heels to even further high heels, kinda. But she's very cute. And as always, the face-ups on these are really well done. I've actually started to prefer the glass eyes of Rainbow High to the painted faces, but it's very cute. So this is, you know, the Integrity Toys body of MGA right now. Like, this to me says it's a high fashion doll body compared to Rainbow High, where the articulation is done just to be articulated. They don't take that kind of effort to make the knees look pretty or to disguise the elbows. You can really see the difference in the articulation from the sides. But it's really pretty. Now, given that Integrity Toys bodies, even on their individual bodies that they sell online, start at about $40, I'm gonna say this is a pretty good deal considering the quality of doll that you're getting for MGA. The problem is gonna come in with the fact that these are still slightly larger than MGA, than the regular LOL dolls, or OMG dolls. Like, let me grab a quick outfit from our OMG collection. So, like, if I were to try to put her in one of the Rockstar outfits, it's our not our drummer, but no, it is the drummer, I'm pretty sure, I think. I can't remember what everybody comes with all the time. But if you know the doll well enough to correct me, then you know what it is. So let's just look at what happens with this bodysuit, because this is an all-the-way bodysuit. It does have some stretch to it, which is always good, but we'll see if it actually has enough stretch to get up the body. Because I have seen these fit on Rainbow High, and I have seen them fit on some other ones. Okay, so if I had put the arms on correctly, I think this would fit. But I squeezed them up over the hips before I put the hands in. So let me see about that. Again, pointy fingers, not great with mesh, MGA. Okay. Okay. Okay, so with enough stretch, this bodysuit does fit on her, which is great. Now the other question is going to be, how do the skirts fit? So I put the leg thing on, and it did not go up. But if I take the leg thing off like I would if I was putting it onto Barbie, it does go up, but it doesn't sit at the same point that it would sit. Now let's see about the jacket. And for this, I'm just going to take this off. So, yeah, okay. So it fits this fashion. But again, there was a lot of stretch to this. The majority of this is mesh to stretch. But they are really cute on here. So hopefully you'll be able to put a good chunk of your OMG fashions onto these 4 dolls. Now we haven't gotten word if there's going to be a series 2 of these or more of an extended release of the Fierce line. I would hope so, because these to me seem like they are more aimed at the adult collectors, which, like I've said in the past, is not always a great thing because it means a higher price point. But when it comes with higher quality and better levels of articulation, I'm okay with the higher price point. I don't love it, but I'm okay with it. But the next question is going to be, how do the shoes fit? So let me see, I've got some other shoes from our regular LOLs. And we will see if they work. I gotta find some matching ones first. My shoe boxes are a little messy. little uncontrolled. I think that would look cute, that one. Or this one. We'll see. Whichever pair I find first. But there are plenty of LOL outfits that have a lot of stretch to them, which I think is a good thing. Okay, well, I found both at the same time. That didn't really help me. So hopefully that means a lot of these outfits will fit. I'm gonna try this one. We'll see. Okay, so it looks like it's the same size, but I don't know if it's gonna fit. No, that's no, that's not gonna work, unfortunately. Well, maybe, actually. Okay, see, winning those. Maybe I was just being a little afraid. It went in on one side and not the other. But, I mean, it's close enough. But no, so again, not really great fits for the shoes. So hopefully we'll either get some more releases or like some Fierce fashion packs or something. Would be great. But you could do a lot of restyling from existing OMG clothes. I do think these are going to be great. They are slightly larger. Actually, I'll be right back. Okay, I had to go grab a regular sized LOL doll so you guys could just see the height difference. She comes up to like groin height at her shoulder. That is how much more we have gotten. Unfortunately, the torsos have increased maybe like 10% compared to the legs that got like an extra like 40%. Which is great for everybody except pants. Now the arms, for those that are wearing like narrower sleeves, are slightly thicker and longer, but surprisingly the heads are about the same size. They're maybe like 5 to 10% bigger, but I feel like you would really easily be able to rebody your regular OMG dolls onto these bodies if you wanted to go for a more high fashion body. But again, that's entirely up to you. 36 is a bit pricey to rebody, but if these don't sell well and they go down to like 15, I might consider some of it, because these go into more of a high fashion feel than some of the other ones. But so let's see per piece count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces plus the doll at 36. So taking roughly you know, I would say take like 20 off for the doll. Like the actual doll itself nude without any of the accessories, I would say is about 20. So 16 divided by 12. So a little over $1 a piece for accessory, which isn't horrible. I rate these bodies a lot higher than these because these are not at normal fashion doll proportions, so you can't really put other fashion doll clothes onto these bodies, whereas the 11-inch dolls or 11.5-inch dolls are more kind of the universally accepted fashion doll. But these are very good for what they are. But again, we don't get that ankle articulation and we don't get knee articulation, which is kind of upsetting. But, you know, these dolls do what they're gonna do. These feel more high fashion, which I think is what they were going for, especially with the face-ups that are slightly more adult. You've got smaller eyes, baby hairs painted on there, more of like a manicured brow. The face sculpts are really not that off, but I think it's more of an adult look to the eyes, more of a hooded eye. But these are really good. I don't think I'm gonna go get the other 3 just yet because I don't love their looks, except for maybe Swag. But Neonlicious and the other one and Lady Diva are not really in my wheelhouse, but she's gorgeous. Would I keep this outfit on her? Probably not. I don't want to strain the mesh because I will use this for like Rainbow High Body, which is a lot closer than a Fierce body. But these Fierce bodies are honestly contenders, I think. Now, they're not made to move, but these, I think, are targeted towards the people that like Integrity Toys bodies, that want more of like a Silkstone articulated body kind of style. And these are just kind of pretty much recolors of older dolls that they've done, which is great because, you know, you can see the originals side by side if you display them, but it's very much an appeal to older collectors who want a more mature display doll than it is a playline doll. Now, whether or not they're going to market it as a playline doll, I don't know. It's got a higher price point. Like I said, these retail for $36, almost $37, I think, because it's $36.88, which is pretty high for a doll that doesn't come with a playset. But like I said, she looks really good. Like, there's nothing wrong with this doll, and there's really nothing wrong with this price point. I would say this body is a $20 body. Like, if you were going to see it pop up on AliExpress or something like that, this body would probably be selling for $20, or at least $15. Now, the face and the hair are a little more intricate than we normally get with regular OMG dolls, but even then, they're not. There's nothing crazy about the face or the hair. it's the same quality we've come to expect. But the articulated body, the fact that it's MGA coming up to the 11.5-inch fashion body type, it's great. It's kind of a welcome change for anybody like me who didn't love all these years that MGA was kind of the leader of the pack of producing odd-sized fashion dolls. Now, whether or not this is a positive change for MGA as a company is yet to be seen, because there are so far only 4 of these dolls. Now, whether or not they sell well is going to be a key indicator if this is their chance to kind of swoop in on Mattel and just be the higher end fashion doll. And they've done a lot with Rainbow High, which I think is what's prompting this change, because Rainbow High is, of course, more articulated. Now, these dolls don't have that Rainbow High articulation that we've gotten. They lack the lateral leg movement right here. But they have the articulation built in at the ankle. That's, while it's not perfect, it is high fashion. But I think Rainbow High has prompted these Fierce dolls to really be pushed out. And like I said, I am okay with the higher price point for this, because I don't think they are intending to be playline dolls. These are more collector dolls. There's a reason they are collector dolls. And it's because they come in these boxes where they are already posed and already visible in a way that in the box collectors are going to be able to really display them. Because honestly, you could take the cardboard part off of the box and repack these into the box, because this stand is the same shape as the bottom of the box. Like, there is no reason that you couldn't just use that packaging as a dust-free display. So that's kind of my opinion on these. Like I said, the doll is gorgeous. The accessories and the clothing is, of course, MGA quality. It's high fashion, a little bit inspired by real people. Generally good quality. There's a couple of loose threads here and there, but they did what they set out to do, which was to elevate the original dolls that they are essentially reproducing at a higher price point. But they're awesome. They didn't skimp on the dolls, which I think is the most important thing. When they're gonna redo dolls from the past like this, I think that's the most important thing, is if you're going to do a reproduction doll and try to elevate it, you have to bring your A game. You can't just, do the same doll and say, oh, well, people will buy it, like, unless you're going to release it at that lower price point. And they have done that. They've put the same doll out several times. But to me, these are a more affordable Skulllector doll, like Monster High was doing. Except where Monster High didn't change the bodies for the Skulllector dolls, MGA has changed the bodies. I think if they were to push the price point up and give us multiple outfits in one of these dolls, it would still sell. My only thoughts on these is that I'd love to see them do original dolls that aren't inspired by their previous dolls, just to kind of get more of the vibe. But, like I said, all the pieces are high quality. And they kept what is essentially the same formula to their LOL dolls, which is that iconic hourglass shape with the really wide hips. But by extending the legs, they made it much more of a human proportion than it had been before. Now, if they had chosen to widen that torso a little bit, pull out the waist a little bit more, they could have made it a more realistic proportioned body. That would have been great. As it is much taller than Rainbow High or LOL. As you can see, Rainbow High comes up to about the belly button to her shoulder, and LOL comes up to about the groin at her shoulder. So it's a big change. Like, we got a whole torso length increase. So if that's what you're looking for in these dolls, and you're okay with that higher price point without really any of the surprise quality to it, then go for it. What you see is what you get with these dolls. They are displayed in their boxes just as well as you are going to display them on their shelves. But I think they did a really good job with these. That's kind of what I've got to say on these. They're better than the regular OMG dolls. I wish this is what they had done first, instead of giving birth to the weirdest body shape and body size that we've seen in dolls in a long time. But yeah, it's done really well for what it is, and I think if you're willing to shell out the $37 or wait a couple of months for these to go on sale, they're worth it. You can display them in the box. There's really no point to taking them out, unless you're going to restyle them, because they are displayed as well as you're going to display them on their shelves, and you won't get any dust. But as far as a playline doll, it is expensive for a playline doll. The ankle articulation is weak for a playline doll, because those shoes are not going to hold up, or those ankles are not going to hold up to shoes being tugged on and off by kids, I think. Some of the more intricate claspings that they included in this doll are gonna get broken by kids who are impatient. Because everyone knows the first thing kids do when they get these dolls is they take out the clothes and the accessories. And for some reason, anyone who's had kids or has been around kids knows, inevitably all of your dolls wind up naked, and you don't know what happened to any of the clothes or any of the things, which is why fashion packs are so important. But so as a playline doll, I don't think it holds up. As a collector doll, I think it's a great entry-level collector doll, because you are going to see what you get, which is kind of always one of those problems with the LOL OMG surprise aspect, is you're not really seeing what you're going to get when you're looking for these things, unless you actually go into the product listing pages. But she's awesome. I am actually considering putting her back in her little tube and keeping her in the box, because she is that well made. But, and actually, just for, shits and giggles, I want to see how these shorts fit on Rainbow High, because these look like they would almost be a perfect fit. And I want to know. Okay, so those are a perfect fit, which is great. So, yeah. So you can work with a lot of what you've got here into other doll lines now that they've been added into this 11.5 inch realm of possibility. So if you've seen my previous Rainbow High fits, you'll know how these are going to fit on other dolls. But yeah, the general consensus is if they fit Rainbow High, they're going to fit Barbie. They're going to fit tall Barbie. They're going to fit petite Barbie. And if they're stretchy, they'll fit curvy Barbie. But these have done really well. This holds up. I'm honestly impressed. This is about the same price as the Rainbow High Winter Break dolls were originally, which isn't a bad price, but they came with a lot more accessories and things. So, yeah. And I think I've run out of things to say. Like, it's all good things. My one thing is the ankles could use a little more articulation, but LOL and OMG never give us flat shoes, so it's not a huge issue, except for like the boy shoes. I would love to see them do the boys in this scale. That would be awesome. But other than that, she's great. You get a lot of bang for your buck with her. Like I said, she's got 12 pieces. You know, you could easily pull all of these pieces onto other dolls. And really, there's a lot to be done with these. So, thanks for watching. If you have any questions that I haven't answered at this point, leave them in the comments, and I'll try to get around to them as soon as I can. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like, and as always, follow along for some more fun unboxings. Alright, y'all. Be good. Bye.